Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ingrid from 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days has lived a hard life before meeting Muniz from season 7. Ingrid is a 32-year-old woman from Gurupi in Brazil. Ingrid had been in a relationship for 2 years, but didn't predict what was going to happen when Brian finally met her in person. 51-year-old Brian from Harvard met Ingrid after a long series of unfortunate events. Brian had not told Ingrid his real age when they started talking. She believed Brian was 45 years old, since he had told her he was 43 when they had just met. Brian never told Ingrid the real story of how he became quadriplegic. Brian used to be a drug dealer who was also addicted to drugs, but he decided to quit all his vices. However, Brian's ex-wife didn't seem to agree with his new lifestyle and had allegedly ordered someone to go and carjack him. All these things that Brian should have conveyed to Ingrid when they were chatting online were only told to her on day 2 of Brian's visit to Brazil. An even bigger secret is also yet to be unveiled. Brian is still legally married to his third ex-wife, also from Brazil. Ingrid has also had some failed relationships in the past, like Brian. During her introduction, Ingrid spoke about how she loved staying in the countryside. The natural beauty there made Ingrid feel like she was in heaven while being on Earth. The first few moments of her 90-day fiancé. Before the 90 days introduction showed Ingrid expertly riding a horse in her stylish cowgirl attire. She spoke about how there were many wonderful advantages to living in her country, but life had not always been easy for Ingrid. Ingrid was shown picking up her son from school. Ingrid asked her son Arthur if they could go to the supermarket to buy some donuts, and she got into the car with him to go home. Ingrid revealed that she also had a different son named Italo, who's not been featured in the show yet. Italo is currently 12 years old, and Ingrid was 25 when she got divorced from Italo's father. Ingrid did not reveal whether Italo was nowhere to be seen on the show because his father had his custody. Even Brian did not seem to ask Ingrid where Italo was when he went to her home. Ingrid explained that Arthur was 2 years and 9 months old. She met Arthur's father a few years after her first divorce. Ingrid had become pregnant with Arthur before she could marry her new boyfriend. Ingrid should have seen it as a red flag, but found out about the man's true nature immediately. Ingrid's baby daddy left her just 2 months into her pregnancy. He spoke about how Arthur's father had abandoned her when she needed him the most. Ingrid fought back tears as she told the camera all about her failed relationships. Ingrid had to raise her son Arthur single-handedly. Arthur's father had dumped her in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ingrid revealed that she had become unemployed when Arthur was 7 months old. It was just the two of them fighting against the world, me with a baby and no one. She added while talking about how she'd never been able to get any help financially. Ingrid referred to it as the very drastic phase in her life. Ingrid did overcome the challenging phase in her life with the grace of God. Ingrid admitted that life as a single mom was very difficult. Ingrid wanted to find someone who would care about her and her kids. Ingrid met Brian on a dating site. She thought Brian looked handsome and interesting, along with him being 45 and charming. Ingrid thought Brian was at a good age. Ingrid was shocked when Brian told her he used a wheelchair because she'd never had any contact with a wheelchair user. She soon realized that Brian was traveling alone and doing things independently, which was attractive to Ingrid. What Ingrid understood about Brian's condition was that he could do everything that a normal person does, and that just didn't walk. Brian had told Ingrid that he washed, walked, drove, and did the cooking all by himself. "My legs are the chair, that's all," Ingrid recalled Brian saying. However, the minute Brian landed in Brazil, he ordered Ingrid around. Brian even wanted Ingrid to help him unbutton his jeans and insert his catheter. Ingrid had realized that Brian wanted a nurse for him, but would she be ready to make the sacrifice?